Welcome to a WeCo Accessibility Services quick tip video on what makes PowerPoints accessible and inaccessible to non-visual users. Today we're using a template that was created for us by our graphic artist to ensure that what we create blends with our visual brand. But what our graphic artist did not realize when she created the template, that she was essentially removing all of the elements that would make the template accessible to non-visual users by making it visually pleasing. There's actually a way that you can do both, and we're going to talk about that today. So when we take a look at this, we're looking at what looks like a headline and a subhead and a footer, and then we're also looking at some visual accent elements that contains our tagline, accessible, aware, independent, with small dots at the bottom, and then we're also looking at our logo. And the way that you can tell whether or not you're making a PowerPoint accessible is really not very hard at all. If you just go into the View section of your PowerPoint and select Outline View, it will show you what is actually built into the code. Okay, so on this particular slide, what we have, this is one that we've actually done some work in, is that we have the footer showing up, because what we have done is inserted a formal box that, well, used the box for the layout that already exists. So what we're talking about when we do that is when you go into Home and you go into Layout. Notice that this one is Title and Content. So what we've done is that we've used a content box here to add in our logo through the option for adding a visual, and we've added the footer in to the formal content box, so that when we click on this, you can see that we were able to add the alternative text tag there that shows up, and that we're also able to have the footer pick up in the outline view. So let's go on to the next slide. So we go on to the next slide, and when we look at this here, we see that there is nothing picking up. And that is because what oftentimes happens is that graphic artists get very, very used to basically going here and saying, okay, I want to make this look a certain way. I'm going to insert a text box. And so that's what they do. And they can take that text box and expand it to whatever size they want, and they can type what they want into it, and they can select that. Move that up a little bit so you can see it. They can select that text and say, okay, let's go ahead and make this look like a title, so we're going to want it to be 48, and let's say we want it to be bright orange, and that is how they're doing that. And this stuff is not actually picking up when you go and look at the outline view. So the easiest way that you can do this, and sometimes this is something when we get a product like this from our graphic artist, then we pretty much always know that we're going to have to go in and fix the whole thing for accessibility, is that all you have to do is just go into the Home tab and go to Layout and go, okay, well, what represents this slide? Well, this really looks like it is going to be, you can decide whatever it is you need. Is it going to be a section header? Is it going to be a title slide? We're going to call this one a title slide. And then what you can do is, I usually just click that out of the way, and you can cut it, and you can paste it right in there, and bingo, there it shows up. So, and then also we've done a little bit of advanced work on this. We went in and added alternative text tags for these as well. But you can see that is basically the work that sometimes you have to do, because graphic artists are really concerned with the visual, and many are just not versed in digital accessibility, nor is it what they do every day or think about every day. So that's just one way that we cope with inaccessible PowerPoint presentations here at WeCo. I hope that is helpful to you. If you would like more assistance with accessible documents or PowerPoint presentations, you can reach out to us at our website anytime at TheWeCo, TheWeco.com, or 855-849-5050 extension 1. And our accessible document specialists at WeCo are always happy to help, either with conversion, with training, with consulting. We're here to help you. Thank you.